him as a controversial YouTuber. And listen, I
Bro,
get it. Okay?
I've been watching hella
I've
icebergs. I don't
his
even know who
face.
this is. I'm not
How
gonna
many
lie.
times do I have to apologize for punching that girl in the face, okay? And if we're being honest, she had it coming. She said Franklin was her favorite cartoon growing up, and I could not let that stand.
Is this
And
real?
if I knew she had polio, I probably wouldn't have done it. Oh, I'm Dan Tavius, by the way. How you doing? And I wanted to take some of the negative attention off of me by talking about some other controversial internet figures. So I went to the good old Reddit.com and found this here iceberg chart. So we'll start by discussing some well-known controversial internet personalities, and we'll gradually talk about lesser-known people. I'm also going to be skipping a few people like H3H3, Keemstar, and Boogie, because I just feel like I've seen so many videos about each of these guys that I have no
Boogie?
interest in covering them myself. So let's just jump in. Oh, and like and subscribe if you want. I don't care. Logan and Jake Paul. The Paul brothers were known for having a very large fan base of children whose parents didn't pay enough attention to them. And they aggressively advertised merchandise to these
That
young
is true,
kids.
though. It's true.
Buy that merch. Buy that merch. Buy that merch. Get your merch, link in bio. Yeah, I rep that merch. Ooh, yeah, I rep that merch. Ooh.
That was when they were both at the peak of their cringiness. And since then, they've gone down much different paths. As we all know, Logan got canceled for the Japanese
How's that?
slurs
How's-
video. There's no need
y'all
to go
niggas
into
fell for that
'cause it's been
shit?
talked about by everyone and their mothers. These days, Logan Paul has matured a lot. He hosts a very popular podcast, and instead of aggressively and maliciously pushing merch onto his young fan base, he now tries to scam his fans with shitcoins and NFTs.
Another day, another influencer scam, this time from none other than Logan Paul.
That is
Yes,
wild.
that's right, folks. I also thought he had enough money from boxing with Floyd Mayweather to where he wouldn't need to promote an outright scam, but he did anyways.
Jake Paul, on the other hand, is now known for being a professional boxer, and he's gone toe-to-toe with some high-profile boxers, such as guy who isn't tall enough to get on roller coasters, an
My
overweight
dog,
washed
yeah.
up
Chill,
former
chill,
MMA
chill,
fighter,
chill.
a former NBA player who's 10 years older and 4 inches shorter than him, and an actual boxer, former boxer who's pushing 40 and also short. But hey, man, he's still undefeated. On that note, I want to humble brag a little bit, okay? Because a lot of you don't know this about me, but I'm also very into boxing. And I also currently hold an undefeated record of 7-0. My opponents include a homeless guy who lives under the bridge by my house, the girl with polio, a Girl Scout who lives down the street, an inflatable balloon man, and Ricky Berwick. That last one was actually pretty
Hey,
close. I
Ricky.
had to bribe the judges to win that one. Now, this has nothing to do with controversies, but I feel like being a little petty, so I thought I should bring up that it's pretty obvious to most people that Jake Paul lives in his brother's shadow. It's actually kind of hilarious because Logan is just slightly better than Jake at everything. Growing up, Logan would always beat Jake at everything when they were younger, and that's something that never changed when they were growing up. For example, Logan Paul's height is 6'2". Jake's Paul's height is 6'1".
Okay.
Logan Paul's subscribers 23.4 million. Jake Paul's subscribers 20.4 million.
But Jake don't
Logan Paul
upload
net worth,
anymore.
35
Or
million.
Logan. I don't
Jake
know
Paul
who's
net
who.
worth 30 million.
Jake don't upload no
Logan
more.
Paul IQ 71. Jake Paul IQ 69.
35 and 30?
Logan even banged Jake's girlfriend, bro. Like, that's the ultimate anime betrayal. I also think that over the years, Logan has been able to rehab his image a lot better than Jake as well. Like,
Yeah,
remember when
definitely.
Shane Dawson made that 4-part series on Jake Paul trying to convince us he's just misunderstood? But he's not misunderstood at all. Pardon my French. But this guy seems like a real jerk. Oh, and speaking of Shane Dawson, Shane is a YouTube legend. He created his channel back in 2008, and within 3 years, he would have 1 million subscribers, and even more impressively, he somehow managed to maintain relevancy for over a decade. Which
That's
is
wild.
pretty much unheard
On
of
YouTube?
on YouTube.
Yeah, that's wild.
In 10 years, I'm probably going to be boxing homeless people in the ruins of LA and sucking schlong for nitrous oxide.
Yo,
In the early
pause.
days, Shane would mostly do comedic skits featuring many characters played by Shane, and the most popular one of these characters was Shanae.
Remember that one time when you were like, Mom, get in here, videotape this, and then you started twerking, and then you shit your pants?
Throughout the years, Shane reinvented his content many times. Like, he went from doing
I watched like
blackface
the Shane,
to not doing
Shane
blackface.
Dawson
This guy
documentary.
has a lot of range.
Like-
What was serious-
And bro, some of that shit is just wild, nigga. That shit is just wild, nigga.
Despite his prolificness on YouTube, prolificness? Is that even a word, bro? Who wrote this? Oh wait, I wrote this. Despite his prolificness on YouTube, Shane was involved in many scandals that would eventually bring his career to a screeching halt. Most of these scandals had to do with his previous content or weird comments he made in the past, and it all kind of came up at once. It was like a domino effect. It all started off with previous videos of him in blackface and using the N-word.
Oh, nigga, bitch, monkey woman, you're the best!
From there, more clips started to
That's wild.
resurface, like when he made a joke about having coitus with his cat.
The things I've done to my poor animals, they will never love. The terrible things. I used to.
Oh no, I don't know if you want to go there, Shane. What'd you do?
One time, I laid my cat down on
That
her
tweet
back.
is crazy.
I don't know. No.
Think about it.
I don't think so.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
didn't penetrate. I laid the cat down on her back, and then I moved her little chicken legs, like, you know, spread open or whatever, and it kept going, like, all over the cat.
No, you did
It
not.
was like my first sexual experience.
No
I was also,
way.
like, 19, so it's like, you know, wait a minute.
Wait a second. Did you just say you on a cat?
And you know what? I can forgive all that other stuff. You know, people change, they evolved, he was sorry.
That's wild,
But
nigga.
then comes the pedo jokes, and I cannot forgive kid diddling.
And I said, oh, I should probably ask what its name is. No, but this child was probably 6 years old. And I was taking a picture of something. And the kid turns to me and goes, oh, are you Instagramming? And first of all, how does a 5-year-old, 6-year-old know what Instagram is? Which is terrifying. And she shows me her Instagrams, which are like, first of all, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but like, she's like sexy.
You're disgusting.
Here's
Oh, this
my
thing is nasty, bro. But this like the
So I
funniest
typed in,
clip.
like-
Not this. That shit's the
First
Soulja
of
Boy
all,
shit.
I don't understand why anybody would be turned on by that. But,
That's the first good thing you said.
but, they were sexy.
You're disgusting.
I'm kidding.
He also made a joke about whacking off to a picture of Willow Smith, who was 11 at the time. This was so bad that both...
Like that.
Jaden
This
and
nigga's
Jaden
just
called
weird,
it
bro.
Jaden said on Twitter, Shane Dawson, I am disgusted by you sexualizing an 11-year-old girl who
Hey,
happens
bro.
to be my...
This family just be going through it. Like this family just be going through it. Like
my sister. It's the furthest thing from funny, and it's not okay in the slightest bit. Jaden then started to blast him for the blackface stuff, and that was basically the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah,
man,
that
I
shit's
don't care how
wild.
dark your sense of humor is, kid diddling is a hard one to pull off. Like,
that is-
I don't think Shane is a diddler, but I probably wouldn't go to Chuck E. Cheese with the guy either, if you know what I'm saying. I mean, I don't know why I would go to Chuck E. Cheese in general, but whatever, this is hypothetical. And like I said before, everything else he could have probably been forgiven for, but there's no coming back from kid diddling.
That shit is
After all
wild.
these controversies, Shane put out a 20-minute long apology video that was so poorly received that he turned off comments and likes. Following this, he would bleed millions of subscribers and leave YouTube for a year. But it looks like as of October 2021, he's posting again.
Oh, this
He's
nigga's
only
back?
getting a fraction of the views he used to get. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would still kill for those views, but compared to what he was getting before, this is bupkis. Whoa, Vicky.
Damn.
We all remember Whoa Vicky as the girl who talks and acts like a stereotypical ghetto black chick, despite being whiter than my fucking ass cheek.
I got messages, sorry, pussy ass bitches who be talking shit on my comments. And I need to get something for y'all coming talking shit on my comments.
Bro, like it was funny when she first started, and then it just became weird, and then she like died off. But now it's not like funny again. But like I seen this video, and she was like, "Bro, I had to stop doing it." No, you just gotta see it.
She claims that her Ancestry.com shows that she's not actually a white girl pretending to be black, but rather a black woman who looks white.
So, like, a lot of y'all, I guess y'all be feeling some type of way because y'all don't really think I'm black. But Ancestry.com did tell me I was black, so I have the right to say that I'm black because I'm, like, Ancestry. All I know is I took the test and they said I was black.
Like, listen, man, I'm 2% Italian according to my 23andMe results, and you don't see me walking around talking about gabagool and prosciutto. Moving on. Vicky's real name is Victoria Waldron.
Is she really only 2%?
She's got drip in her name? Maybe she is black. No, but seriously, Victoria claims that her accent is the result of growing up in the Zone 6 neighborhood of Atlanta, Georgia, which I've heard is one of the most dangerous areas in Atlanta.
I did grow up in the hood, you know what I mean? So, like, that's not a joke. I don't know why y'all can't listen to what everybody say. Y'all can't listen to what everybody say, because if you listen to what everybody say, then you just gonna let you gonna let them get to, well, I don't let what nobody say get to me.
What in the goddamn hell are you talking about?
Yeah,
I
what
grew up
am
in the
I
hood, she
listening
says,
to right now,
except
bro?
that's a lie. Victoria is in fact not from Zone 6, which should probably be no surprise to anybody. In fact, her ex-boyfriend claims that she's from a suburb called Buckhead, which is one of the most affluent areas in Atlanta.
You are not from Zone 6, man. You are not. You from Buckhead. That's one of the richest part in Atlanta, bro. Get out of here, bro.
Her father is residential home builder and local
This
real estate
nigga's a
mogul
loser.
Steve Waldron.
This nigga's a loser.
I'm not an expert or anything, but I think the only time a real estate mogul goes into the ghettos when they're trying to do some good old-fashioned gentrification.
Yes,
So
sir.
we can safely assume that Victoria is not from the hood in any way, shape, or form. So yeah, her hood accent is faker than my New York accent. Cut that part out. In addition to having a
I was
fake
gonna say, you
accent,
don't
Vicky's
sound-
also known for her public feuds with other idiots. One of them being Bad Baby, aka the Cash Me Outside girl. Well, she's the next entry on this list, so we'll talk about her later. She also had a feud with irrelevant YouTuber and iDubbbz boxing match avoider Rice Gum, who she actually made a diss song against.
Ching chong, ching chong, ching chong, bitch.
Well, I ain't never heard that shit, but that bitch is kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie, bro. She was flowing on that motherfucker.
She made a diss song against.
Ching chong, ching chong, ching chong, bitch.
Bro, hold on, bro. She is going stupid on that motherfucker. No, that bitch is hard as hell.
Diss song against.
Ching chong, ching chong, ching chong, bitch.
No, that's mad.
Sorry, bro. That's fucked up. That's fucked up, but that's funny. Come on. I'm sorry. Bad Behavior, continuing our series of upper middle class. Black is Danielle Bergoli, aka Bad Baby, aka Cash Me Outside Girl. She rose to infamy when at the age of 15 she appeared on Dr. Phil with her mother in a segment titled, "I'm not making this up. I want to give up my car stealing Nashville working 13-year-old daughter who tried to frame me for a crime."
That's what I was doing. They never catch me. Ain't nobody gonna catch me.
Do you have an accent of some sort?
Tell them where it comes from. You know.
You know her mom happy as hell she put her on this show. Ain't this bitch making like $1 million in like a day? You know her mom happy as hell.
The hoes are laughing?
Catch me outside. How about that?
Huh?
Catch me outside. How about that?
Catch you outside? What does that mean?
What I just said.
Oh.
What I just said.
Anyways,
The fuck?
after this appearance, Dr. Phil sent her ass to the ranch.
Send her to the ranch.
Which is actually a real place. Like, I always thought it was just a
Bro.
saying they say in Texas, but no, the ranch is a real place in
Nigga.
Utah named Turnaround Ranch.
Bro, that Woe Vicky song stuck in my head. I'm not gonna lie. I gotta get that bitch out of my head because I just be out in public saying that bitch and niggas gonna be like, what the fuck is you talking about? That shit's wild,
posted a
nigga.
video on her YouTube channel detailing her experiences while she was there. And the video had a lot of accusations of abuse, neglect, and general poor treatment of the kids who were sent there. But then things would start to turn around for her. After her Dr. Phil appearance, she got signed to Atlanta Records,
Like,
where
bruh.
she actually had a decently successful rap career before she even turned 18. Then, once she turned 18, she of course started an OnlyFans account, just like every other young girl strives to do.
That shit is
and
so
she
wild.
made $1 million in just 6 hours.
6 hours? I thought it was a day.
Completing the bougie white girl trifecta, we got Lil Tay. Now, I'm not gonna shit on Lil Tay because she's a literal freaking child. Lil Tay rose to prominence by posting YouTube videos of
She
herself
what?
flexing cash and talking like a gangster.
Tell y'all something. This shit costs more to your rent. My toilet costs
Whatever
more to your
happened
rent.
to her?
Everything in my bathroom costs more to your rent. And see, this is my closet. Everything here be designer. Gucci, Louis, Versace.
Eventually, she would be discovered by none other than Rice Gum. And after making a video reacting to her, she began to gain a lot of popularity on Instagram, when in less than a month, she would accumulate over 1 million followers. At this point, she
Niggas
was
just
everywhere.
love to
She
watch
even appeared in a
bullshit.
video where Bad Baby tried
Like,
to
why would
fight
you
Wolf
follow
Vicky.
her?
Tough stuff? Put your bag down, tough stuff. What's up? Come on. What's up?
Hey, ain't these niggas actually get into a fight though? Like, ain't these niggas actually get into a fight?
What's up,
Stop.
Where the fuck did this little nigga come from?
Hit me, bitch. Hit me. If you hit me, I'll hit me. I'm right here. I'm right here. You coming at
me, so you hit me.
Damn, man, this is like the Avengers, but for suburban white girls who think they're
fucking
common.
idiots.
Anyways, Lil Tay got so famous that even Joe Rogan talked about her on his podcast.
Lil Tay is the death of society. Lil Tay.
As her fame started to skyrocket, she started meeting more and more famous people. She even did an interview with Jake Paul.
I'm flexing on these bitches, Rice Gum.
Do you have beef with Rice Gum?
He's talking about a 9-year-old. I don't know who would do that. Like, he's coming out on a 9-year-old. So, like, he's pretty stupid because he's just irrelevant. He's trying to get clout. So he made a video on me.
Aside from the glitz and the glam, as it would be with many other child media stars, it would turn out that Lil Tay's life had a dark side. It would later come out that Lil Tay's brother created the character of Lil Tay and was basically telling her what to say and how to act. Some people saw this as a form of child abuse, especially when Keemstar showed a video of what seemed to be her brother aggressively coaching her during a video.
Bitch, Lil Tay always got enough money. This shit cost me $2,000. This shit cost me $10,000, and
I
this.
said stop saying 10,000, 2,000, 3,000, 2,500.
God damn, nigga.
Your auntie, Lil Tay gon' fuck your mama and I'ma smack your auntie. Cause your mama a thought and your auntie ugly as fuck.
I gonna fuck your mama and I'ma still smack your auntie cause your mama a thought and your auntie ugly as fuck.
Absolutely disgusting.
But it turned out later that her mom was also involved in this.
Damn,
Her mom
what?
was a real estate agent who would use her luxury
What?
car listings as well as her boss's luxury cars.
Wait, what's the name of this video again?
When her employer found out about this, they
Oh, yeah.
canned her. Obviously, because you can't be doing that shit, bro. If I did that at my job, I'd probably get sued. She's lucky she only got fired. And not long after her mom got fired, all of her Instagram posts would mysteriously disappear, and she would post a story with just a black screen with the words, "Help me." At this point, everybody thought she either got kidnapped or that her management was trying to rebrand her image. But what actually happened is that her dad filed for sole custody of her and won. Her dad didn't like the fact that Tay was essentially being exploited and made to make this kind of content, and he took custody away from her mother and made her live with him in Canada. The other side of the story laid out by Tay's mother, brother, and Tay herself is that the father is abusive and is trying to take Tay's money for himself. But from what I can tell, those accusations don't hold any water. The only abusive thing he did to her was force her to live in Canada, which is basically a war
I
crime.
hate this nigga.
Fred. I actually made a video about the rise and fall of Fred. Basically, Fred is a character created by Lucas Crookshank.
Bro, y'all remember Fred, bro?
And he was
I remember being in like 4th grade and this nigga was going insane. Like iCarly, 4th grade, 5th grade, like Fred, iCarly. I remember like iPod Touches were big and this nigga had a Fred sticker on the back of his iPod Touch. And this is like when them shits was like first popping. Everybody loved this nigga, bro.
He's known for having a high-pitched voice and extremely annoying personality. His mother was also an alcoholic and a pill addict who turned tricks for money. And no, I'm not kidding. That's actually part of the backstory for the character. Anyways, Fred was one of those things that
Wait, I
was
thought you meant his
extremely
actual
popular
mom.
despite nobody liking it. At one point in time, you might remember that Fred was everywhere. This guy had TV shows, movies, video games. He was doing interviews. He was banging your mom. He was getting your girlfriend pregnant, making you raise the baby. Like, you couldn't go anywhere without hearing Fred's ridiculous high-pitched voice.
That shit was so
A voice
annoying.
that still haunts my dreams, man. I wake up screaming every night thinking about Fred. Anyways, shortly after the release of Fred 3, Night of the Living Fred, he kind of just disappeared. But Lucas Crookshank, his creator, is still on YouTube posting somewhat consistently, and it looks like he just got his bag and left, which is very respectable. So shout out to Lucas, man. Lucas, if you're watching this, you deserve a kiss. Oh, you know what, guys? It looks like it's time for my court-ordered anger management counseling session. So while I'm going to that, let's have a word from our sponsor, Morning Brew. Let me ask you something.
Hey,
what's the first
nigga.
thing you do when you get up in the morning? I'm gonna take a wild guess and say you're not doing anything productive.
Nigga.
There's no reason not to subscribe to the Morning Brew if you're interested in.
Wait, so
business,
what was
finance, or
controversial
tech.
about Fred?
Like I said, it's completely free and takes
I mean, like,
less
I
than 15 minutes to
don't.
subscribe.
I mean, I remember
So why don't
him,
you
but
go
I don't
ahead
know what
and
happened
click
to
the link
him.
in the
And if he's
description
still
and
posting, what's
subscribe to
cool?
Morning Brew today. So for this entry, the only research I'm gonna do is just going based off the memory of videos I've watched about him, and I'm also gonna rewatch iDubbbz' Content Cop on him, which has
Oh
since
my
been
fucking
removed from
gosh.
YouTube, by the way. So
iDubbbz
if you haven't
is a
seen
fucking
that, make sure
demon.
you go type it into the Google and watch.
No,
it.
no, not
I'm gonna
iDubbbz.
try to make
J
this as short
Station.
as possible. So
Alright,
let's go.
one of them
His real
niggas.
name is Calvin Lee Vale. He was born in 1995 with a rare genetic disorder called bitch chin. The disorder is characterized as a grotesque genetic deformity in which a person looks like Ed from Ed, Edd n Eddy. Other side effects of this condition include covering the bottom half of your face in photos, lacking
Yeah, nah, not this nigga.
and making some of the most terrible content possible by a human being. As for his YouTube career, he started making Minecraft videos in 2011.
Hey, Minecraft
Then
just
transitioned
breeds
to
toxic
CSGO
niggas,
videos,
low-key.
and at some point he turned his attention to doing good old-fashioned YouTube commentary. He actually spawned a whole new subgenre of commentary where people would lazily share their horrible dog shit opinions over gameplay footage. And Leafy was pumping out a lot of these videos.
See, that's what I was gonna say. That's Leafy, right? That's what I thought.
Safe from his wrath. Fat people, autistic people, mentally disabled
But
people.
niggas love Leafy,
Leafy
bro.
will shit on all of them.
Yo, is this person fucking retarded? I'm not trying to be a dick.
But after a while, public opinion would really start to turn
wild.
against him
Nah,
when
that's
he made a
wild.
video titled "The Most Heroic Fedora Man on the Internet," where he bullied an autistic man named Tommy NC 2010 for 10 minutes straight.
Subscribe, support, stay positive.
Play that one more time, please. Just one more time.
Subscribe, support, stay positive. You know?
I'm sorry.
Bro, I don't understand niggas.
Oh my god. That's this motherfucker's intro.
Tommy would respond to Leafy with a video of his own, where he was in tears talking about how he was receiving death threats from Leafy's idiot fan base.
I'm having a difficult time right now because some people are threatening my life, threatening my family, and all I wanted to do was inspire people.
That's so fucked up, bro. That's wild.
Some Leafy guy or Team Star people are threatening me, and all I wanted to do was inspire. That's all.
So this behavior would go on for a while until a lot of other YouTubers started to heavily criticize Leafy. Most famously, iDubbbz' Content Cop. And as I said a little bit earlier, this video has since been deleted off of YouTube due to bullying, which is ironic. But if you haven't seen it, I highly suggest you watch it because it's a piece of YouTube history. Anyways, in this video, iDubbbz spanked Calvin's ass so hard that he stuck his head in the sand for about 3 years and didn't make any videos. But then in 2020, he would make a triumphant comeback that only lasted a few months because his account would get deleted the same year for harassment. Now, the exact reason for the ban isn't
Bro,
known,
what the
but
fuck
most
is
people
going
think it's because
on,
he
bro?
released a bunch of videos about Pokimane. Well, who knows, man. Shortly after, he would get banned from Twitch and Twitter as well, and that's pretty much where we are today. Rebecca Black. Who doesn't
Oh my
remember
gosh,
Rebecca Black, man?
bruh.
Just in case, let me refresh your memory. She's famous for one thing and one thing alone.
Bruh. Really?
In 2010, Rebecca's mom knew that her daughter was meant to be a star, so she paid a production company $4,000 to write, produce, direct, and film a music video for her little girl. The resulting video went absolutely stupidly viral.
But for the
probably
wrong
not for the reason
reasons.
she was hoping.
Yeah.
We've all heard the song. It's fucking awful. I don't think I'm telling any tales out of school here. Now, you and I, we're normal people, right? Well, I am. I don't know about you. You might be
Yeah.
a fucking freak. But I'm a pretty normal guy. So I look at this song and I think to myself, man, that's cringe and hilarious. But other people saw this song and were filled with primal rage. Like, this girl was getting death threats. She was getting bullied. People were telling her to go off herself and all sorts of horrible things. And it's like,
That's
why
wild.
can't you just enjoy the cringe, man?
Hey, yo,
It's
relax.
funny. It's not that serious. Since the song came out, she's gone on to release a bunch of other songs, and honestly, they're not bad. Like, I listened to a few recent ones, and they're not bad at all. Is it my cup of tea? No, but it's not as horrible as you'd expect considering, you know, the first song she put out. Onision, aka Greg Jackson, has had more videos made on him than probably any other person on the internet aside from Chris Chan. He's a very fascinating person, and the more I learn about him, the more I wonder to myself, how is this guy not in prison? Now, before we get into all that, let's do a little bit of background. Onision has been on YouTube since the very beginning. He created his first channel in 2006 and shot to fame because of a video he made 12 years ago titled simply, I Am a Banana.
Bro, like old YouTube content, bro. This is what niggas used to
And let me tell
love.
you, he really coasted off this video for a while. To this day, it remains the most popular video he's ever put out, and he re-uploaded it multiple times. It even got him on Tosh.0. So, as you can see, this guy's weird. And not in a charming, quirky way like me, but in a creepy, probably has a leather jacket made of human skin way. He was a mainstay on YouTube, posting hundreds of videos across multiple channels for over a decade. And during this time, he was involved in more controversies than probably anybody else on YouTube. If I went through,
Bro, I don't know who this
video,
nigga
it would be
is.
14 hours long, so I'm just gonna list a few of the more egregious ones. In 2005, Onision married Sky Tortuga. She would appear in many of his videos while they were together, which was not long, because they got divorced in 2010. Soon after the divorce, Greg posted a video to YouTube where he filmed his house after an alleged break-in, which he claimed was done by his now ex-wife. Oh,
Bro,
and the
niggas
break-in was
love-
very obviously staged. Like, this shit was faker than $10 titties.
Hey guys, I'm making this video to document what I came home to today. Sky's sister called and she said that she wanted to pick up.
I was gonna say, did this nigga edit that shit in, or this nigga really got the fucking banana song playing in the back?
I assumed that they were just going to take clothes. Well, I walked through the door today, and this is what I found. Okay, here's crap all over the ground. That wasn't there. Where's my $1,400 Google TV? Where is that? Where did my...
Damn, a $1,400 TV in 2010? That's nuts.
Google TV go?
And this would be the first in a list of bad relationships. The second being with a woman named Shiloh Hergensen, who is a Canadian singer and songwriter. Over the course
She
of their
looks
relationship,
familiar.
Shiloh suffered from a number of episodes of memory loss and seizures, which Onision exploited for views instead of getting her help.
Damn.
Want to make a rainbow? Why aren't you looking at the camera? Do you know what my name is? Shiloh?
Nigga, damn. Back up.
And that wasn't the only time he did that shit. He literally posted multiple videos of her having episodes or straight up convulsing from a seizure. After a while of this, the couple split for a few months, but then they got back together. During their reunion, Onision made a video titled Our Child, where he announced that Shiloh was carrying his spawn, but he would later state in an update video that she miscarried. During Onision and Shiloh's breakup, Onision had a brief fling with another girl named Adrienne Jorgensen, who posted a letter on the internet detailing her relationship with him. And surprisingly, the dude who comes off as a complete psychopath is a complete psychopath.
Like,
she said that he
why the f-
manipulated her,
why the fuck would you
gaslit
get with
her,
him?
pressured her into doing sexual things she wasn't comfortable with, and then he basically forced her to have coitus with him. And surprisingly, when this letter came out, Onision calmly addressed the controversy with class and sophistication and apologized to Adrienne for his behavior. Nah, I'm kidding. He called her a whore. He stated, and I quote, "She slept with more than 20 people before she was with him. She is a slut, therefore cannot be picked." That comment would eventually get him banned from VidCon in 2012, and then
That's
a few
wild.
controversies later,
That's
shit
wild.
really started to hit the fan when he dated a fellow YouTuber named Taylor Anderson, aka Lanybot, who he would later marry. The first screwed up thing that Greg did was force her to date another woman, even though she really didn't want to. Him and his wife allegedly groomed multiple underage girls, and they actually adopted a 15-year-old girl named Sarah that lived with them for a while. Later, during an interview, Sarah claimed that she was essentially being groomed.
They were like giving me so much attention, and I was so young and so infatuated with them, and so it made me feel so special and like, oh my gosh, like this is like
Chris
me.
Hansen.
They're, you know, they're so nice, and you know, I kind of just looked up to them in a way.
There was a young woman there who was essentially their foster daughter. They had filed for legal guardianship of her, and she admitted to me that whenever they first started talking, her and Lainey, that that they had previous discussions where they were flirting back and forth, where they had discussed being in a relationship in the future potentially, and she admitted this to me at 15, which means that these conversations that they had have been previous to that, even younger than when she was 15.
Nothing inappropriate happens, I guess, outside Dad Booty Doe comments prior to her turning 18. But once she said, you know, I'm only gonna sign this NDA if you sleep with me, was the clear message there.
So she pressured them, obviously. It wasn't the other way around.
We felt pressured, like we had no choice, because I had remembered that comment prior of her saying she could ruin my life if she wanted to.
So they had sex so that she would sign the NDA so that in case she came out with things about Onision, he could sue her, basically, or go after her legally.
So we slept with her. I slept with her, and she performed oral on Kai. I actually slept with Sarah, like, 100%.
Even if what they didn't do was technically...
Yo, nigga, this shit is wild. Hold the fuck on. What the fuck is going on, bruh? There's so much to, like, what? What? Nigga?
Illegal. They should still understand that what they did is not by any means morally correct. It just blows my mind that they don't understand what they're doing is wrong. And I think Kai did know what he was doing is wrong, but Greg just has no moral compass.
That's when Chris Hansen stepped in. Chris started his own channel and started to bring awareness of Onision's crimes to a wider audience. And Chris was not messing around, man. He was really bringing down the hammer on Onion. He even went to his house to try to talk to him.
911, what are you reporting?
Hi, there's a person who's been stalking me online, and they just showed up to my house.
Okay, and they're outside now?
Yes, they're knocking on my door.
Okay. And do you know if they have any weapons?
They have a bunch of camera people, like they're YouTube stalkers.
Okay. But no weapons seen?
I didn't see any weapons. I just saw like 6 guys in my driveway, and one of them is knocking on my door.
Nigga, what?
And the one that's knocking on your door, is he the main one that you said has been stalking you?
Yes, he's a stalker. He's yelling things at me through the door right now.
Okay, and what, do we know his name at all?
It's Chris Hansen.
Exactly, you know who it is.
Attention, Onision got his YouTube channel demonetized, got his Twitch banned, and even got his Patreon banned. He was basically banned on every social media platform, and he did not take that well.
You tried to do the FBI, didn't work. You tried to do the police, didn't work. So instead, you resort to the paycheck. And you got it. You got it. All my patrons have been deleted.
Yo, what the fuck is wrong with this nigga?
Is this what you want, huh?
Hold on, nigga.
You want a total meltdown? I love kombucha. Drinks like pee and smells even worse.
Hold on, bro. There's so much going on here. What the fuck? First of all, who the fuck is this nigga? Second of all, like, he kind of told on himself when he was like, she said if I don't sleep with her, then she'll ruin my life. Well, nigga, that means obviously she got some dirt on you. Bird, nigga, what the fuck? This nigga really is having a meltdown. Like, I feel bad for the nigga, but why you recording it, nigga? Leave that shit where it is. Like, I mean, I get, like, this thing is you can record shit, blah, 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 and then you just leave it wherever. You posted this? You posted this?
What am I gonna do?
Man, this guy really thinks his life is a movie. Anyway,
Like-
to my knowledge, he hasn't posted anything in a while, which is fantastic news. Honestly, there's so much to this story, and there's thousands of videos and multiple documentaries. So if you're interested in the topic, go watch some of that stuff.
We gonna have to
Marina
definitely
Joyce
watch
is a
some of that
British
shit.
blogger and beauty YouTuber who
I
is
feel like I
known
know
for her
Marina
quirky
Joyce.
and bubbly personality.
Marina Joyce.
You, I don't think we've ever met before. This is something new. Anyway, hi, my name's Marina Joyce. What's your name?
As time went
Daddy.
on, Marina was able to cultivate a decent-sized following. But at one point, her fans started to realize that she began to act different and not like herself. People speculated that she was either sick or suffering from depression or even on drugs. And this
All
would
three?
come to a head when she posted
It's like,
this
I don't
video,
know what's
Date
happening.
Outfit Ideas.
I don't know what's happening. That wasn't a funny
me
joke.
just-
Oh, I do know.
Yeah, I love you guys so much.
I think I remember this.
In the video, you can see a guy pointing a finger randomly in some shots. Also, you can vaguely hear her whisper, "Help me."
And this is the dress that I'm wearing?
After this video dropped, the hashtag #SaveMarinaJoyce started trending, and people were coming up with all sorts of theories and scenarios of what was going on.
Yeah, bro,
with
these
her.
are weird,
The main
bro.
one being that she was kidnapped and forced to make videos. She then made a video addressing these concerns, saying that the reason for her odd behavior was indeed depression.
All these videos that you watch about me, about people guessing what happened to me, I think if you see somebody saying something horrible about somebody, that just shows you who that person is. I simply don't want you to believe any of the conspiracy theories because none of them are true, and I can promise you that. It's always best to believe the truth directly from the person themselves. I
But
did
what if
suffer
the
from
truth is
depression. It was
lying?
so bad. It hurts me to this day to think of all the reckless things I did that showed that I did not care about my life. Things that I would look back upon and feel so grateful to this day that I am still alive. I was heartbroken, truly unhappy. All I can do is tell you how I felt and that I was suffering badly. I didn't think anybody really cared about me truly until they made Saving Marina Joyce. And don't believe any of the conspiracy theories. They're literally all lies. I don't even know how all those conspiracy theories started, but yeah, just ignore them. I hope this got the truth across enough as possible for you to understand what I was going through and that I was going through a hard time and that I'm getting better now.
After a while, the mystery kind of died out, and she continued making videos like normal. That is until 2019, when on August 7th, Marina would be reported missing, and she was missing for about 9 days. During her disappearance, her boyfriend was accused of kidnapping her or holding her hostage. He would then
Nigga, bro,
post
the
this
internet
message on
niggas
Instagram saying that
weird.
she was in fact safe and sound, and that she would make a video explaining her disappearance. But as far as I know, she never explained it. Like, the video never came out. And things would only get weirder when she would later tweet this out. "I never went missing in the first place. Also, Brandon has been so loyal throughout all this, so don't trust anybody but him when somebody says something. Because he's the one who knows everything and is my closest and protects me more than any other person out there." Usually with internet conspiracies, people want it to be true because they're so bored and
Facts.
unfulfilled in their life. But, you know,
Facts.
in reality, she's probably just suffering from some mental issues and struggling to deal with it. Another possibility is that she's in an abusive relationship, which definitely sounds a lot more plausible than the kidnapping theory. Sam Pepper, aka Scam Pepper, was one of the worst pranksters on YouTube. And with company like Vitaly, FuzzyTube, and Joey Salads, that's really saying something. Let's take a look at some of his work. His
Bruh.
most popular video is
Sam
How to
Pepper,
Make
Fuzi and Adam on that No Jumper podcast. That shit is legendary, nigga.
with strangers.
Where?
The fuck? Was it muted? Was she saying some wild shit?
I think it should go without mentioning that, you know, all of his pranks are fake. And as it goes with most of these fake prank channels, in order for Sam to keep growing his channel, he had to keep doing wilder and wilder pranks, which eventually culminated in the famous fake hand ass prank.
Excuse me, sorry to bother you. Do you know where the Apple store is? Like, I don't know if it's that way or...
I don't know, I'm not really from here. What the hell?
I think...
What the fuck?
Did you
No.
just...
Oh
What?
my god.
What happened?
I don't know. What the fuck was
I think that little old lady pitched a bomb. Anyway, nice to meet you.
Oh my god. I don't like that. I don't like that.
I'm sorry.
I don't like that.
Excuse me, did I just catch you disrespecting women? Anyways, this video was taken down by YouTube after 2 days, and Sam would issue an apology.
See, shit like this, right? That's a fake prank, and it's stupid as fuck. But I just feel worse for the people who actually believe it.
But this would pretty much be the beginning of the end for him. Following this prank, several women would accuse Sam of sexual assault, including Marina Joyce, who I mentioned in the last entry.
The fuck?
Probably the nail in the coffin was the kidnapping prank.
Kobe is in on the prank, and Sam is getting pranked. Let's see how he reacts to his best friend of 5 years being killed in front of him.
Oh my dude, you just got pranked. Bet you didn't see that one coming, huh? Fuck you, you just got pranked. Yo! Pranked, baby.
Yeah, this psycho staged the kidnapping and execution of the other guy's friend. And they say British people are more classy. After this, he would remove all his videos and rebrand himself as a vlogger and then an IRL streamer who collabed with Ice Poseidon a lot. He also posted clips to TikTok.
I recently won the lottery, as some of you know, so today I headed over to Thailand to do some island shopping. I have a budget of around 10 million.
Most recently, Sam...
Wait, what? What?
I have a budget of around 10 million.
Most recently, Sam Pepper has become an international criminal. So, just in case you guys don't remember or you didn't hear about it last year, a bunch of content creators were shilling a cryptocurrency which was known as Save the Kids token, which was supposed to donate money to charity upon each transaction. But once people started buying the token and inflating the price, the influencers who were shilling the coin all sold their portion and made off with a bunch of money, while all their other poor schmuck fans who bought in were left with bupkis. And that's what's known as a rug pull. The token then disappeared without a trace. So this was blatant fraud, and Sam claimed that he wasn't aware, even though he sold all his coins right after it was made public, right when it was peaking. After this, he fled the US and went back to England, where he hopefully stays forever. Ajit Pai. Do you guys remember the net neutrality debate that happened a few years back? Just in case you don't, net neutrality is the principle that internet service providers must
Bro,
treat all
y'all remember this shit, bro?
and not
Y'all remember this shit, bro? This shit was crazy, bro. Niggas like,
different rates based on content, website, or platform. With net neutrality, ISPs may not intentionally block, slow down, or charge money for specific online content. Without net neutrality, ISPs may prioritize specific types of traffic, while others may potentially block traffic from specific services, while charging consumers for various tiers of service.
Nigga.
This dickhead,
Nigga.
this schmuck with the shit-eating grin, made it his life's mission to undo net neutrality in the name of deregulation. So, instead of having the internet regulated by the government, he wanted it to be regulated exclusively by profit-hungry ISPs. For more than a decade, it's been Mr. Pai's life's mission to repeal net neutrality, first giving a speech about it in 2012 during a testimony before Congress. In 2007, Pai began his career with the Federal Communications Committee, or FCC. And can you guess where he worked before that? Verizon Mother-Sucking Wireless. And I'm guessing the checks didn't stop flowing when he left, if you know what I mean. In 2017, Donald Trump appointed him as chairman of the FCC, where he would get right to work repealing.
bruh. Niggas was panicking, bruh. Niggas was panicking, bruh. Niggas was,
First, he had to try to get people on his side with some good old-fashioned propaganda. But not good propaganda, mind you. This is the video he released to try to get people on his side.
I'm Ajit Pai. I'm the chairman of the FCC. Recently, there's been quite a bit of conversation about my plan to restore internet freedom. Here are just a few of the things you'll still be able to do on the internet. You can still gram your food. Quality. A real selfie, or just, you can still post photos of cute animals, like puppies. You can still shop for all your Christmas presents online. Got that bulk deal on fidget spinners. Yes! Those Eclipse glasses are so cheap!
This is the cringiest thing I've ever seen. Anybody who voted to repeal net neutrality after watching this video deserves to be castrated. Anyways, Ajit left his post at the FCC in 2020, and he now makes rise and fall videos on YouTube. Nikocado Avocado. Okay, I did a whole entire iceberg video on this guy, so I'm not gonna dive.
I think I know you mean by
Go
that.
watch that if you're interested. When this video's over, all right? Finish this video first, or pause it and watch that one. But come back to this one, all right? Just watch this video, you schmuck. Alinity is a very popular Twitch streamer. Now, there are 3 types of Twitch streamers. First, there's people who are good at video games. Secondly, you got people who are entertaining. And thirdly, you have attractive women who cultivate a large following consisting of mainly horny men with no social skills and 12-year-olds whose parents check their search history. Alinity falls into the 3rd category.
Alinity's nice though. She's nice. She's nice.
To be honest, I don't think I've ever watched Alinity or any streamers really. I think most Twitch streamers are dog shit. Except for me, of course. Yo! This kid's parents, he's vaping! Come get your son, he's fucking vaping! Dude, you know what vape does to a person, bro? Look at me! Look at me!
That little nigga said, fuck
Put
you.
the fucking vape down! Throw it away! Throw it away! I'm sick of this shit. Stop that! Stop fucking vaping, bro! So I got curious and decided to watch a stream of hers. Now I'm not gonna play a full clip of the stream because I don't want to get copy struck. But 5,000 concurrent streamers are watching this chick watch Hoarders and saying a comment like every 5 minutes.
On their rights.
I don't. I just watch her when she's with other people.
What's happening is the rights of their neighbors are being affected.
Alabama. How do you say it?
Andy and Becky
Alabama?
are my backyard neighbors. I've seen the otters move things from.
Now, don't get me wrong. I don't want to come off like only Alinity or only women do this shit, because there's plenty of men on Twitch who get millions of views for absolutely no reason. Like Miskiff, alright? He seems like a perfectly...
Damn, he just don't fuck with OTK. He just don't fuck with them niggas.
nice guy. He seems cool and everything. But most of the time he's just sitting around eating fucking cereal watching videos about him. Same thing with Adam Ross. Like, what do they do? What do these guys do? Help me make sense of this. It boggles my mind. Now, Alinity got into a bit of hot water a few years back when she tried to, as she says, copy strike PewDiePie for calling her a Twitch thought in a video.
Stupid Twitch thoughts. I just feel like they win over me, okay? And they're not gonna win over me. Stupid Twitch thoughts. No.
Bro, I've never seen this.
You just said that? I'm gonna copy strike this guy. Just for that word. Gonna copy strike him. Yo! Can we copy strike PewDiePie's latest video? Like right now? He called us Twitch thoughts.
She then proceeded to brag about copyright claiming people for using her content. This altercation led to a back and forth between her and PewDiePie.
What?
And eventually they would squash the beef, but this wouldn't be the end of Alinity.
See, bro, I thought this was Nikocado Avocado Waddle, whatever that nigga's name
I'm
is.
gonna run through these quickly. In 2019, she threw a cat over her shoulder. The cat died on impact.
Nuh-uh.
I'm joking. The cat was
Oh.
dead. But apparently this wasn't the only time
I was about to
she
say,
did
what?
this to her pets. There was another clip that resurfaced of her feeding her cat vodka, which is toxic to cats, I guess. She also got slammed for allegedly saying the N-word, but if you watch the full clip, she didn't actually say it. People were just piling on because they didn't like her, which is wrong. Oh, and then she admitted to basically committing immigration fraud by marrying a guy and divorcing him after getting citizenship.
Hey, yo, it is what it is. You gotta do what you gotta do, but B, hey, that's that nigga's fault.
And you don't want to be a doctor in Colombia. It sucks. Like, you don't make any money. You work a lot. So I was like, no, hell no. So I married a Canadian, and I came to Canada. And then I divorced him.
This caused multiple people to report her to the Canadian government. But it turned out that her husband is the one who cheated on her and actually filed the divorce, not her.
See? That's why you can't be jumping to conclusions, nigga. I don't know what's going
The
on.
infamous nip slip video where she accidentally showed her left nipple.
The fuck?
Now, I've watched this about 500 times, you know, just for research for this video. I can indeed say that the nipple was indeed shown for a split second. Now, showing any kind of nudity on Twitch would result in an automatic ban. That is, unless you're Alinity, because Twitch did absolutely nothing. Not only in this instance, but there were numerous other times when she could have gotten banned but didn't. Like
Really?
the cat throwing incident, for example. This led to people claiming that Twitch showed favoritism to her, with some even going so far as to say that she was sucking people off at Twitch, and that's why she wasn't getting in trouble. Which doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm pretty sure she lives in Canada, so what is she doing? Flying out to Twitch headquarters and sucking off some dude and then flying back? Come on, bro. Be logical. And, you know, I gotta give her a little bit of credit. You know, since all of her controversy, she's kind of flown under the radar. She's chilled out a little bit. She seems a bit more humble, so shout out to her. Austin Jones.
That's something like I've only known Alinity for like 6 months. I've only known about her for like 6 months. Aside from that, I'm with PewDiePie.
YouTuber and singer-songwriter who
You
had
know
a
what I mean.
promising career in music. He was known for doing these a cappella videos where he would do covers of popular songs. And eventually made his own original music. His first EP hit number 12 on iTunes pop charts, and he started touring and selling out shows. Now, Austin stated that his biggest inspiration was Elvis Presley. In fact, he wanted to be like Elvis so bad that he picked up one of Elvis's favorite pastimes, hooking up with underage girls. In 2017, it was discovered that Austin had been in contact with multiple underage women, okay? And I'm not talking they're a month away from turning 18. I'm talking 14, 15 years old, okay? He would contact these girls who were fans of him online and convince them to twerk for him. He would give them instructions.
Niggas are weird.
directions,
EDP.
And then he would record
Can you say that?
Now, let's be honest. There's a very low chance that somebody with this haircut isn't diddling kids. Like, this motherfucker
I
had
hate
that. Can I
this
speak
nigga.
to the manager cut, bro? After these allegations surfaced, Austin released a video entitled Setting the Record Straight, in which he would proceed to not set the record straight at all.
Just
But at least you
like
have your
they just get on here and apologize and say bullshit.
I've recently come under some fire on social media for mistakes I've made in the past. I used to ask fans for twerking videos. Yes, twerking the dance move. It's not something that I'm proud of. It's not something that I think is right. And I shouldn't have done it. This really blew up online when a YouTuber and someone that's very popular on social media somehow found this out and decided to blast it out there. I'm not going to say any names because I've come under attack on social media from my name being spread around, and I don't want to put that on anyone else. So throughout this story, I'm not going to say any names. It really blew up online.
It's the Winter's apology video.
And sent me down a path that is pretty scary. And I'll go into more detail about this. But first, what I want to do is set the record straight. Since this started online, there are a lot of rumors and a lot of lies. They're just not true. Nothing ever went further than twerking videos. There were never any nudes, never any physical contact.
Oh, it's okay, guys. It was just twerking videos. What? You mean to tell me you've never asked a minor for a twerking video?
Yeah, that's
Come on,
wild.
what's the big deal here?
That's wild.
Twerking video. Austin would get charged with multiple counts of producing inappropriate videos involving a child. And during the trial, his defense really backfired. But, Your Honor, it was just twerking videos. He was sentenced to 10 years in federal prison.
Stop lying.
Slazzo is an Australian YouTuber
What?
who mostly made commentary videos. His videos were nothing crazy, you know, nothing too edgy. He seems like a pretty nice guy from what I can tell. But one of his ex-girlfriends would tell the world that he in fact was not a nice guy and that he was controlling, abusive, manipulative, and worst of all, a Franklin fan. No, but let's be serious here. No more Franklin jokes, because we're going to talk about some dark topics.
Yeah.
So, his ex-girlfriend, Che, posted a tweet longer detailing all of Slazzo's terrible behavior. During our time together, Slazzo, or Michael, was incredibly demanding of sexual favors and would often guilt or force me into situations with which I was not comfortable. If I was to try and deny or argue against him, he would become aggressive. She also went on to say that on their first date he pressured her into having coitus, despite her never even having kissed anyone before. In addition to the twitlonger, she also attached some chats that the two of them had, which did not paint him in the best light. Keemstar would then cover this on Drama Alert.
Slazo said this to me in the DM.
See, bro, I don't know none of these YouTubers. Like, who is this nigga, bro?
Resolved this whole thing between ourselves a few times now, and I'm not sure what I can do anymore. I've apologized to her on multiple occasions. We met in person once, and I tried to put this to bed there, during which she said that she could tell I'd changed for the better, and even mentioned getting back together again if she and her current boyfriend didn't work out, which I found weird. There's a lot more to this. There are things in her statement that were straight up false, but I don't want to rush and bring them to light. I want to cover them properly. So apparently he is going to make some type of response. Serious allegations with that story.
So yeah, Slazo claimed that there was more to the story and that the situation wasn't nearly as bad as Che made it out to seem, and that the chats were taken out of context. She then posted a second twitlonger explaining the context of the meeting that the two of them had, and also explained the claim Slazo made. She also said she would break up with her current boyfriend for me, which weirded me out, to be honest. Regarding that quote, she said, "I am not going to deny that I said this, but he has taken the situation out of context. I had met with Michael to talk about what had happened during our relationship to sort our issues out, to which we met at a cafe to talk. After talking in this cafe, Michael said he needed to drop things off at his hotel. We arrived and I said I would stay downstairs in the lobby, and he told me, no, you should come up. Despite feeling awkward, I felt safe in the fact that my friends knew who I was with and that I would be okay, believing Michael had changed. When in his room, Michael asked me multiple times to come up to the bed so we could hug and talk face to face, to which I, although feeling uncomfortable, agreed to. Michael then, after talking, told me he missed me.
You can't do it, bro. Don't ever do it. Just don't do it. Like, I don't know how dark this gonna get. I don't know what's gonna happen. But if a nigga say that shit, don't do it. Or if a girl say that shit, don't do it. Just come over, we want to have a talk. No, 9 months later, you delivering a fucking kid.
Missed this and asked if we could ever possibly try again. I am alone in a room with this man on the bed with him, and he asked me that. I answer, maybe if me and my current boyfriend don't work out, and I apologize. Just something that I would like to add, I am a 4'9" female, and Michael is almost 6'2". I was honestly intimidated and worried that something may happen because of his anger issues that are shown in the Discord screenshots. We left the room soon after, and I was uncomfortable from this, but wanted to believe that he had changed and gave him the benefit of the doubt. I have not seen Michael in person since. Slazo would later follow up these accusations with a 26-minute long video titled My Side. In the video, he admits that while he was a douchebag, the situation was greatly exaggerated by Che. He
Who
also
is
had receipts
this,
that
bro?
proved his side and greatly discredited Che.
But I do have plenty of evidence from very early on in the relationship where she clearly made no intention to wait until 16. That was never clear to me. I never got that impression, and I don't know why she's saying that.
He also claims that she, in fact, is the one who initiated the sexual stuff at the cinema, again, providing screenshots of the discussions they had about the topic.
We went into the cinema, we had our first kiss, our teeth hit each other's, neither of us knew what we were doing, and I was willing to call it quits there, when she pulls my hand down and says to touch her, which is a pretty long way from how she portrays it in her version of the story. In fact, she was actually the one who brought up the entire idea of doing anything in the cinema. It was her idea, and I had no reason to believe she wasn't as in on this as I was, so I'm not sure why she made it look like this.
It would then later be...
I mean, hopefully some wild shit, not hopefully, but hopefully, like, this nigga did some crazy shit, because right now, this just look like some back and forth bullshit, and I don't really know who's wrong.
Revealed by Turkey Tom that multiple big YouTubers colluded with Che to ruin Slazo's reputation. For what reason, I have no clue, but this whole situation almost ruined this man's life to the point where he had to post it on YouTube over a year. Pro Jared is a gaming YouTuber who was
You feel me? Like, this shit seemed kind of fucked up. I don't know what he really did that was wrong.
Along with another controversial YouTuber, JonTron. If you look through his content catalog, it's all very inoffensive and non-controversial gaming stuff. But in May of 2019, Jared would have one of the largest sub losses in YouTube history by percentage. Over the course of a few weeks, he would go from just over 1 million subscribers to around 760,000. That's a quarter of his entire subscriber base. And while he would later regain a portion of that loss, he would never recuperate everything. And his YouTube channel is currently stagnated compared to how it was before. So, what the heck happened? What did this guy do that was so bad? Did he emulate Nintendo games or something? No. Not quite that bad. It all started with this tweet. My wife Heidi and I have filed for divorce. I know this may come as surprising and unsettling for many of you, but know that we do this so that we may both seek happiness for ourselves. Now, this tweet made it seem like the split was amicable, which apparently was not the case. Jared was married to cosplayer Heidi O'Farrell, who tweeted, I recently learned that my husband, Pro Jared, has been having coitus with Holly Conrad behind my back for months. I have no idea what announcement he just made because he blocked me. She would go on to make a series of
I don't know
replies
any of these niggas, bro.
giving more details about the situation. I have proof, explicit conversations and photographs of their relationship, which he extensively lied to me about on many occasions. He was promising me that he was committed to our relationship at the time and promising her he was breaking up with me. It's also true that he has been soliciting nudes from his fans for years. I was there in the beginning. It was a joke on Tumblr, then it was its own Tumblr account just for nudes. It was ostensibly a body positivity space for consenting adults, and I approved on that basis. Which is true. He did have a thing for nude submissions on Tumblr, which is pretty freaking weird if you ask me. But that's not the bad part. The bad part is that other people were alleging that Jared tried to obtain nudes from them and have sexually charged conversations with them when they were underage.
That's what I'm saying, like, bro.
Jared would largely be silent on this matter, which fueled the flames of people thinking he was guilty. Then after 3 months, he would eventually release a video called You've Been Lied To, detailing his side of the situation. He stated that the reason it took him so long to respond is because he was putting together a legal defense and didn't want to do anything without consulting with his lawyers. In this video, he kind of debunks most of the claims made against him.
What this all came down to was people saying that I was exchanging nudes with fans on Snapchat and Tumblr. And a lot of people want to know if I did any of that. Yeah, I did. I always made it clear that it was for consenting adults only. To be clear, it was an open invitation to those who wanted to participate. The choice was always up to them.
This guy basically had his whole life ruined by false allegations, similar to Slazo. Very sad. FPS Russia, or Dmitry Potapov, as he is known on YouTube, was a YouTube
bro.
with a heavy Russian accent who made videos of him doing a bunch of cool shit, like shooting different kinds of firearms, driving planes, blowing stuff
I
up,
think I remember
and on
him.
more than one occasion, almost getting himself killed.
Let's get a nice big explosion, maybe a little shrapnel going.
Damn.
Maybe a lot of shrapnel.
Now you might be asking yourself, how did this guy get access to these kinds of weapons, and how did he get the money to buy these weapons? Like, if he was actually Russian, that would make more sense, right? Wait, oh, did I forget to mention he's not Russian at all? He's just some dude named Kyle from Georgia, which should have been obvious. Like, if you thought this fake-ass Russian accent was real, you must be remedial.
Hello, my friends. It is FPS Russia, and I bring you another video. The more I learn about America, the more I am surprised.
Anyways, the way Kyle was able to get his hands on these kinds of weapons is because he was sponsored by a company named FPS Industries, which is a custom firearms fabrication and testing company. Despite making very cool and unique videos, Kyle hasn't posted any videos on the FPS Russia YouTube channel since 2016. So, let's get to the insane part. Kyle obviously had a large production team around him because of the types of videos he was making. One of the members of his production team was a guy named Keith Ratcliffe, who actually co-founded the Russia FPS channel with Kyle and was the owner of FPS Industries. One day, Keith was found in his home shot in the back of the head one-time execution style. According to the Franklin County Sheriff's Office, there was no signs of forced entry at the business. Surveillance equipment along with some firearms had been taken. There did not appear to be a struggle of any kind, and based on the scene, Ratcliffe may have been killed by an individual or individuals he trusted. This led many people to speculate that Kyle was perhaps behind the assassination. Following his death, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms raided Kyle's house and found a lot of marijuana and hash oil. The Department of Justice prosecuted him on the grounds that having illegal substances while in possession of a firearm is a federal offense. He was later charged with possession with intent to distribute marijuana, which he pleaded guilty to, and all of his other charges were dismissed. For this, he would receive 2 months in federal prison and 2 years probation. To this day, Keith's killer still hasn't been caught. Well, guys, that's about all we have. Thank you so much for watching. If you stuck around till the end, I know it was a long video, so I really appreciate it.
See, I know, like, the thing, like, people like, where's FPS Retro or whatever? He ain't posted. But I never knew that somebody died. Like, I don't keep up with them niggas like that. I don't be knowing what be going on. But you know that shit's so sad. Like, if your killer never gets caught, like, if you get killed and then they never find out who did it, like, I just feel bad, bro. I feel bad.
Also, if you enjoyed it, I would really, really appreciate if you guys would like the video and subscribe.
Hey, bro, I fucks with this, bro. We're gonna have to watch some more of his icebergs.
They got it out for me or something. But my last 2 videos got demonetized.
Oh, damn, bro. I'm
Sucks.
sorry.
It's unfortunate because I put a ton of time and effort into these videos. But if you guys want to support me, you know, financially in the hopes that one day I might be able to do this full time, then, you know, go check out my Patreon. No pressure. No pressure, all right? But if you got some extra money you feel like wasting, then go check it out.
Hey, go check this nigga shit out. That ass. What the hell? Go check that nigga